Hey guys! Okay, I'm going to attempt to show you how to set up your Google Classroom. Please be mindful that I might talk a little bit faster than I would if we were actually together. And I just got home and Puppy's pretty anxious to play. I gave her a treat, so hopefully she will be good. Okay, here we go. First thing you need to know is you have to have your Google sign in ready, okay? Miss Parrish has already got us all set up, and if you've already talked to her about your kids, they should all be set up and you should have that information. But yours is slightly different. So I'm going to start with a fresh browser, and I would definitely suggest you do that because, especially Google Chrome likes to hold on to your passwords and stuff for you, which is awesome for people like me who are losing their memory, but it's bad for when you're trying something new. So start with a fresh browser. You can just go into Google Classroom. It'll bring up some different things for you, and it should be the first thing on your list, and head on in there. So this is kind of the first screen that you're going to see, and it's going to ask you to sign in. So this is where you're going to need your Google Classroom information. Google Classroom is technically open, so you can technically use any Google ID now. However, your kids will not be able to use it if you don't use the Chattahoochee ID. So Ms. Parrish has already taken all the Chromebooks in the Wildcat Cafe and put that in for us, so it's super easy to log in now for not only us but for the kids. But for your personal use, you'll have to type all this in, okay? So your Google account should be your first name, an underscore, and your last name. Okay, so teachers are using underscores, kids use a period instead. So that's the only difference in our logins. Then you do your @ symbol, and it's Chattahoochee, and then an ES for elementary school. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that 90% of the time your kids say they can't get logged in is because they forgot that extra E. Then it's going to be a .org. Then you'll click Next. She should have provided a password for you. And then you'll hit Next. And then it should bring up your Google Classroom. Okay, I have already started working on mine for this year, but I left a couple up from last year also just so I could show you a couple of things, okay? Your screen's going to look a little bit different than this because I already have a few things, but everyone should have a plus sign right up here in the right-hand corner. So if you click on that plus sign, that's how you add your different classes. So you're going to hit Create a Class. You're going to give it a name. So I'm going to do Science for this one. And as you can see, I sometimes do fun things like Blind Me with Science because, it's all about the music for me. For section, I'm going to put Kennedy, CES, because, I use that for everything, and the 2018. And for subject, I'm just going to put in Science. And I'm going to hit Create, and that's going to create my classroom for me. It's super, super easy. It might take a minute, though. Okay, I sometimes feel silence with weird songs. I apologize. Okay, cool. It gave me a really neat little background. You, of course, can change that. If you go right over here to select theme, it'll bring up all kinds of different themes for you, like different pictures and stuff. You can do different patterns. I definitely do a different one for each class just so I can see it a little bit easier, okay? This says, welcome to your class stream. You can attach materials. It's super cool, y'all. Google Classroom really is for when you're ready to really start using Google Docs and Google Slides with your kids in a way where you can create a document and send it to everyone, and then all they have to do is log into Google Classroom and it's there for them. And the reason I use this over eClass is because with eClass, if you're trying to get them to save documents and they have to reload it and upload it and download it and back and forth, with this, it will automatically save for them. And when they are done, they just hit turn in and it automatically comes to you. So there's no need for the Dropbox and all that kind of stuff. Everything is right in here, okay? All right, so for the 5th grade teachers who are watching this, I'm going to show you how to do an assignment to go and assign one to your kids, and we're going to use that web quest that we talked about today that goes along with our current PBL, okay? So it's super easy. You come over to your huge plus sign down here, and it's going to give you some different options. We're going to go to Create Assignment. Now, I save everything at this point in my life on Google Drive, but you can get it from anywhere you need it, okay? I'm just going to put in Erosion WebQuest. For instructions, you can totally say, hey guys, we are going to complete this unit's WebQuest. So you even get to see all my typing mistakes via Google Docs. Make sure you have all of your information completed before you turn it in to me. Happy learning. Okay, you can put a due date on it, and I am going to put a due date because, guys, this is going to be cool, and I'll show you in a minute. I'm just going to make one up, though, because I'm not ready to actually assign it. You can put a time, but nah. Topic, I do love to have topics and have different tags on things so I can find it easy. So I'm going to call it Earth Changing Surfaces. Oh, puppy, it's okay. See, she wants to talk to you too. And now you can attach a document or whatever. Guys, since I sent it to you, 5th grade teachers, in Google Drive, that's going to be the easiest place for you to grab it. You can go to Google Drive. Now, I've already been looking at it today, so mine's in recent, but you would go to My Drive and go to whatever folder you have saved all those documents in. And you know, I'm super organized, so I have 25,000 folders in here. So I'm just going to go to the folder where I've got all the slipping away stuff. And I'm going to find what I want, which is the Erosion and Weathering WebQuest. And I'm just going to double click it. Now, this is the fun part. You can assign them something where they can just view the file. You can assign one document and let everyone edit the file, or check this out, you can make a copy for each student. So what that's going to do is it's going to put a fresh copy of this document in every single student's personal Google Drive. Then they will also have their name already attached to it, so there's none of this no name stuff, and you'll be able to see everything they do while they're working on it, okay? Then I'm going to check this little thing right here to see if I want to assign it, if I want to schedule it for later. If I'm just working but I'm not ready to assign it, you can also save it as a draft and come back. I'm going to go ahead and hit assign. And now all my kids have that assigned to them. It'll keep track of who's done and turned it in, who's not done for you. It's super cool. Kids can actually put in comments to you, to each other, can ask questions. So it kind of takes the place of that discussion part on eClass for these assignments and things like that. So that's it. It's totally assigned to them. Okay. Now, in another video, or if you guys want to get together with me on another day to actually talk about how to get kids into this, I can do that for you also. I don't have any kids information with me right now. I could pull something up though. Maybe I'll go and do another video, and I'm rambling, so let's move on. Now, here's the best part about Google Classroom. If you go to Calendar, it will show you assignments and when they're due. So all the kids have a calendar already set up for them with any assignments that you have given to them, so they know when everything is due. They can also access the assignment from the calendar. So can you clearly. You can also put in grades right here on Google Classroom. It's really a beautiful program, guys. So let me show you one of my classes from last year just so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So here's my science from last year. You can put Quizlets in. Quizlet has a little assign to Google Classroom button built into it, so you can actually assign flashcards and stuff. Here's a brochure that I shared with them so they could all have a copy to make a brochure last year. Here's the physical and chemical changes in matter WebQuest. Now right now it shows 0 done and 0 not done because the classes are going to refresh because it's through GCPS. So as of right now I don't have anything in there for that. But it will hold all of this stuff for you. Same thing for Reader's Workshop. I used it a lot last year for Reader's Workshop. I'll probably use it more for that than anything. For my Scholastic News, I put it in there. For task cards, I've uploaded the task cards into here instead of having them out around the room so that kids could work on them that way. So I didn't have to worry about everyone having all the cards. Some more task cards. Google Slides can go in here. Guys, it's crazy good. I even just put reminders that I've finished reviewing things and left them comments on their documents. I will be more than happy to show you all of that stuff at a later time, okay? I'm going to pause the video for just a moment and see if I can get a kids account up so you can see how to do that, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I realize even though that was like 5 minutes for me, it's been like a second for you, so that seems weird. But okay, so I'm going to use my friend Jackson as an example. So, okay, I've opened up a new browser. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go to Google Classroom. I'm going to do sign in, just like we did with the teacher account. But the only difference again is he's going to use a period, okay? So his name is Jackson.Avon, and then it's that same Chattahoochee Elementary School.org. Now, all of your student passwords, pause is too short for Google, so we had to change everything to Wildcat. So it's going to be Wildcat with their last two numbers. So again, that's Wildcat with their last two numbers. And you see, he has a nice, fresh place to start, okay? So I'm going to flip over to my Google Classroom, and I'm going to go into my Blind Me with Science that I've just started. And right up here, it's going to say Students. So when you click on Students, you'll see as of right now, you have none, but it will give you a code for them to enter in to join your class. So I'm just going to copy that real quick. Same thing, you hit the plus sign, you hit join class, and you put in the class code. So what I would definitely recommend you guys doing, if you could get the Wildcat Cafe one day and take everyone in and just have them join all your classes at one time, that would be great. If you can't, when we get our when we get our Chromebooks, if you could get those during like Reader's Workshop or something and like sit in a small group and do it. That's how I did it last year, just to get them all in, okay? If you've got some really savvy people, you could attempt to put these directions on your eClass page and just let them sign up at home. Sometimes you could even do that first, and then those kids could help you set up all the other kids. So that's another option. So you just have them put in the class code and you hit join. And after a moment or 3, it will bring up the class. Now you can also see that the assignment that I've already assigned is already in here for them, okay? So you can go ahead and set up some of your future assignments, go ahead and set up your classes, go ahead and do all of that stuff before you even introduce them, and it will still be there for them, okay? So you can see on here, it shows that his is not done, and then he can hit open here, he could open there, all kinds of different ways. Okay, and then it's going to run them through a little tutorial. So it shows them how they're going to turn things in when they're ready to submit, and they'll hit got it. And then right here, they'll just click on the link to open the actual file. And this is the fun part. Check it out. It's got his name. It's got the name of the assignment already in there. You don't have to worry about any of that. They don't have to worry about it. It's automatically saved to their drive. It's fantastic. So now they can actually do their scavenger hunt. Okay, so they can go through and actually click on the links and open the links and then fill out the information. So they can actually do this whole thing digitally, and then they'll have a copy in their drive, and then you'll have a copy when they're ready to turn it in. All they'll do is hit turn in. So guys, that's it. Really, if you want to look at mine for just one more second longer, this is my actual page. Now, those of you who are really familiar with Google Chrome and people I've talked to before about it, I have different accounts for each one of them. Let me see if I can shrink this and show you. So you see that right there? That is my Google Classroom account. Then I've got my other accounts here so that my browser is just for this one account. That helps me with my passwords and everything. And it just helps kind of keep everything nice and neat. When you do that, you can get an extension for your Chrome that says Share to Google Classroom. So you can literally have up anything. So I could just open up a blank tab. I could go to Google Drive. I could open up anything. Let's say I wanted to put my, homework up on Google Classroom or something. I could open up this Google slide. This is my homework for the kids for this week. No thanks, I'm not ready to talk to you about that. And then you could go up here and hit your little share to classroom. And it's going to go ahead and make your assignment for you from here, which is amazing.